Hello, it's Claire, and it is the full supermoon, which is also the hunter's moon in Aries. So I'll do a quick update. So I looked at Pam Gregory and Tanya Gabrielle, two astrologers, and it's a very powerful supermoon, this one. It's in Aries, it's the first sign of the zodiac, that one, and it's very kind of feisty, and you might feel that emotional power. Going to Pam Gregory, she really talked about going back to the solar eclipse and the new moon, which was 10 degrees in Libra, 2nd of October. And she mentioned there had been X-class solar flares and a huge one, the hugest, I think, in 7 years. And she mentioned that people would feel symptoms of that. So I don't know if you remember back to that time. But also that there was an earthquake in Tonga, and she'd mentioned there might be an effect because she always does her videos beforehand, obviously. And, you know, this was interesting because there was seismic activity, and it can affect, you know, some of this stuff can affect, the astrology can affect things with the moon and so on, so with the earth. So, and she mentioned more extreme weather and really the earth itself kind of being upgraded and birthing of new land masses. She actually mentioned areas of the Antarctic which are greening, and she had already mentioned the astrology of Haumea, and which is linked to myths and physical manifestations of land. So it's quite interesting that she mentioned the greening of Antarctic. And also there's a strong square between Mars, Sun, Moon around that solar eclipse time, and certain events that happened around on the world stage. Then she mentioned for the 9th of October, so today I'm filming this on the 17th, which is the full moon in Aries, but the 9th of October there was Jupiter retrograde conjunct versus Mars, and it was 7th house of Mars, to do with allies, enemies, and home-based and land. And it meant sort of like around aggressive energy linking to the land. So I think she was talking actually there around America. But also Jupiter conjunct with Algira, shining a light, shedding social programming which is not relevant. So very interesting. And also 12th of October, Pluto's station 29 degrees in Capricorn, and that's looking in Capricorn is about power plays and really greater attempts to do the top-down power control thing, and then moving towards Aquarius later, but which will be more to do with the people and flat structures rather than top-down ones. So also a comet coming close to Earth between the 6th to the 16th of October. Obviously, that's in the past, but that signals a time of great change and information which people might pick up on. I don't know about that. Then she mentioned this full moon, so this being 25 degrees 35 minutes of Aries at 12:26 or 27 lunchtime UK, and 4:26 a.m. Pacific time. And this is the third supermoon in a row, really close to Earth. So really kind of fiery feeling, seismic pull, could do things to our psyches as well. And this is when the sun and moon are opposite each other, the full moon. And she mentioned this cardinal grand cross, which was the Aries square Mars in Cancer and Libra and Capricorn. Strong, dynamic, initiatory energy. So 4 planets in the cardinal signs really linked in with this full moon. So really a lot to do with starting up new things, but really kind of dynamic feeling as well, and great emotional intensity and a power feeling. So, and she also mentioned more twists and turns on the USA sort of election, and that, you know, that's heading towards, I think it's around November, quite early in November, but power, explosive powers of the power thing being interesting and twists and turns, and that later on in her video she mentioned it might not, she thinks it might get delayed, so it's quite interesting. And volatility as well in financial markets as well. So also the Mars-Pluto aspect about willpower and focus, and Moon in Aries conjunct with Aries, so about everyone being included, she mentioned. And Sun in Libra, that was around 2nd of October, but legal developments for the world, and supermoon will highlight legal cases at the moment, so a strong feeling of that. And secrets and money, maybe things around those as well, secrets coming to light, toxicity, etc. And bringing in kind of also, if someone's not in a relationship, they may get a new one or less control, the feeling of wanting less control in relationships as well. And the trine between Jupiter and Sun, benefiting legal arrangements. And we may also, she thinks, rethink our belief systems. And also around the 18th, which is tomorrow, demanding for the truth, because Jupiter in Gemini. Be careful, don't say too much on social media. And also about truth and humanitarianism. And Aries is restless, quick, and a bit inflammatory energy as well. And she mentioned around the 22nd Sun square to Pluto, possible legal issues, top-down structure being looked at. 23rd of October, feisty power plays, truth and freedom. Mars is opposite Pluto then. And on the 30th, Mercury opposes Uranus, and 26 degrees of Scorpio, Taurus. So secrets come to light around the 30th of October. Also staying calm and really centered at this time. Then Tanya Gabrielle, she talked about the Aries full moon, 12:27 Universal UK time, 7:27 Eastern time, 4:27 in LA. And that there was a figure, so 17th of the 10th, 2024, in numerology adds up to 17. And 17 is immortality, leaving a legacy behind, and strength, infinity, and leaving those things behind and setting this as for a long time to come. And also she talked about Pluto in Capricorn, and Sun, Moon square to Mars, then Mars ruling Aries, and the grand square, Sun, Moon square to Mars in Cancer, opposite Mars, Pluto in Capricorn, and Chiron conjunct the Moon. So she showed on the chart, it was like a square, and it's called a grand square. It sounds a lot of spiel, but very tense feeling. So, and the outlet of Mars and Aries is action. So, but showing up in a negative way might make you feel drained emotionally. So to get grounded, and I really felt that today. I felt like getting out in nature. I felt some of those emotions wafting over me. But get that feeling of, being outside. And Aries is a fire sign and feisty, and the moon is emotional. So set yourself free from lots of emotions by staying grounded and being in the nature. And also using that kind of inner voice as well to look at how you really feel. And you've got as well, she mentioned, Mars likes being first and setting rules, going for it, confidence and passion. And Mars co-rules Scorpio with Pluto actually, and Mars in Cancer, a lot to do with cardinal signs, and cardinal signs really does mean action, new beginnings, the cardinal side of it, so watch out for that. And so also Mars opposite Pluto November the 3rd, and that's something else coming through. And she mentioned Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Mars in Cancer means kind of a fall. So I think it's the old astrology, they talk about exalted, it really feels comfortable in the sign, or in the fall it's less comfortable. And it's there are positives to Mars being in the full, which is in Cancer, where it will be more reserved, so there'll be less of that aggression. And Cancer tends to help family, helps the collective, look at the bigger picture, I suppose, and that's a good thing, really. Mars, of course, rules war, but in Cancer it's less direct, but there could be possible hidden manipulation on the shadow side, and it can hold on to hurt as well. But a good salve for that is being creative and expressing the emotions and releasing feelings. And the moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, there's a lot to do with healing and deep healing the body and the emotions, and putting passion into that and focusing on love, not aggression, which would be really good, and really getting more sleep and nurturing yourself, and also being in touch with yourself and being in touch with the present and linking in with love. So, and also there's a lovely trine, Venus trine Neptune, which is about sweetness and harmony. Jupiter trine the Sun, which is positive and possibly links, because it's in Gemini, with travel. So being sensitive to our energy, our home, new beginnings and travel. Well, it's quite a romp through, I'm afraid, really quickly. I went on an amazing walk and saw the full moon earlier, and it was really beautiful, and I felt a lot calmer for doing it. So happy full moon in Aries, and have a great evening. Thanks for listening. Bye.